So we did the 3-minute challenge on cooking some scampi. This is going to take a little bit longer. It's a scampi fra Diavalo with shells and a fresh made marinara. Let's get cooking with style. For the fra Diavalo, I'm going to be using 1620 shrimp, and what we're going to do that we normally don't do is we're going to coat them with oil and the pepper first. You'll see why when we get over to the stove. I'm going to use about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil, a healthy pinch of kosher salt or sea salt, whichever you like to use, and then this is the Diavalo part in here, the crushed red pepper. And again, as much or as little as you like, depending on your palate. I'm going with about a tablespoon. I'm going to toss these, and I'm not going to let them sit in this for very long, maybe just a couple minutes to kind of break down the oil or break down the salt so it starts to blend in with the oil. And then we're going to sear these on the stove. The trick to doing this is putting the shrimp in an ultra hot pan. Listen to the sizzle. That's what we're not really going to cook these all the way. They're just going to get seared. See, it's already smoking. That's how hot it is. And that's why we coat these with the oil first. And we've got the red peppers on there. I mean, this thing is literally, you can see it's smoking hot. And all I'm going to do is give these like a minute, maybe a minute and a half per side max. Just enough to get a little bit of a sear on them. And we'll turn them in just a moment or two once I get them all in the pan. The other thing, don't stack them in here. They've got to be in a pan that they're floating individually. So normally we shut the fan off, but this thing is so hot we had to fire it up. But take a look at these shrimp as we turn them over. We've got a nice little sear on them, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Take a look at that one right there. That's exactly what I want. And just like another minute on this side, and we're going to pull all these off to make our fra Diavalo sauce. Okay, so these are literally just a minute later. I'm going to shut this fan off because it is really noisy. And we're going to leave that on high because we're going to make the sauce now. And I want you to leave all those little bits and pieces in the pan. And yeah, these shrimp are not fully cooked, but they'll get cooked in the sauce. So back goes our pan on the stove. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to that. And to this, the first phase is the white onion. We'll put that in there. We're going to saute those for about 4 or 5 minutes so they get translucent and a little bit of caramelization. Okay. All right, our onions have got a nice little caramelization on it. To that, I'm going to add my garlic and then my oregano. And this is only going to be in here for just a minute, 30 seconds if that. And we're going to just kind of get that garlic to just wilt a little bit under the heat. And then on top of this, we're going to take a little bit of dry white wine. And that'll deglaze the pan. I'm going to let that reduce for about a minute. So now we've reduced the liquid by about half, and to that I'm going to add some high quality crushed tomatoes. Essentially what I'm making here is a marinara, and I'm going to put about 2/3 of the can in there. I'm going to take fresh chopped basil, and I'm going to put that in as well. And then to this, I'll throw in some salt, about a teaspoon, and I'm going to let this simmer down for about another 7 to 10 minutes. The sauce is perfect, but what we're going to do first is we're going to put some shells that are pre-cooked in my boiling water, and we're going to warm those back up. Leave that there. In go the shrimp into this nice little sauce that we've made, and this is only really just to warm this shrimp up. I'm going to turn it back up to a medium-high heat and let that simmer for like a minute. While that happens, I'm going to strain off my shells, which are probably already warm, and then we'll head over to the counter. So this will be simmering, the pasta shells will be strained, and we'll meet you at the counter. All right, coming in hot here, we've got our scampi all done, scampi fra Diavalo, and I've done something a little bit different with my shells. What I did is I put a little bit of olive oil, parsley, and some salt on them to just dress them up a little bit. Those are gonna go right in my serving bowl, like so, because we're trying to make a presentation here and we want this to look nice. So we've got our pasta in there, and then now comes the scampi fra Diavalo. And I always like to put the shrimp in and then kind of dress it up with a little bit of sauce on the side, leaving a little bit extra in the pan because everyone likes the sauce, and you've made basically a a homemade marinara here. So these beautiful shrimp, which are not overcooked, do not overcook your shrimp. And we got plenty of sauce, plenty of pasta for everyone. And I like the symmetry, or the fact that we're using a shell to go with the scampi. And it looks all kind of ocean-like, you know? And then we'll take the little bit of parsley that we've got left, put that over the top. And so there is my version of Scampi fra Diavolo with some shells. I know you're gonna love this one. It is definitely casual elegance. Cooking with Styles, go to cbsa.com/recipes. You'll like this one.